the third-ranked sophomore in high school basketball, y'all. The man who's had a ton of hype surrounding him since the age of 13 when he played AAU alongside Bronny. Mikey Williams. He's just a beast on the court at the young age of 15. He has impressive offensive skills, solid defense, confidence on the court, and averaged a whole 30 points per game, 5 assists, and 6.7 rebounds in his most recent season, which is pretty impressive regardless of what some doubters may say, claiming his competition is poor, that he celebrates buckets too often. Moreover, Mikey's eventual spot on an NBA roster appears to be undeniable. I mean, he's already on the right track. He's received over 20 college offers, which has led me to this video idea where I have gone ahead super early, but gone ahead and considered who Mikey currently plays similarly to in the NBA. But before I get too deep, if you are new, go ahead and subscribe because I'm coming with quality content, basketball content like this each week. And on cost done, not appreciated. Now, offensively, Mikey appears to have it all. Nice jumper, very tight handles, a ton of athleticism with his explosive ability and overall slashing ability. And at surface level, I'd say many NBA guards are able to do all these things, but in terms of how often certain moves are used and how effective these players are at using them, I've specifically narrowed it down to Damian Lillard, a very notable point guard in the NBA with a great jumper and nice slashing ability. I mean, he really needs no introduction. And before the comments really in saying stuff like, oh, why can't these players just be themselves? You NBA heads always trying to compare someone. This comparison is no different from the Trae Young, Steph Curry, or LeBron, Ben Simmons ones of the past. It's no harm in this. Don't take the fun out of basketball. But anyway, firstly, when it comes to Mikey's offensive go-to moves for three specifically, I find that his step back is very similar to Damian Lillard, as they both often use a pound step back or side step to create space for a long range shot. Mikey also sometimes just pulls up for a deep three from the top of the key if there is room for him, just as Lillard does against much tougher defense in the NBA and deems it to be comfortable range. I mean, literally just pulling up from basically half court. And yet another commonality between Mikey and Lillard's offensive shooting game is Mikey's tendency to constantly look for a shot when coming off a screen in the pick and roll, where he often just pulls up like Lillard if the defender fails to hedge the screen. And also, make no mistake, Mikey is so often available for spot up threes on the corner, wing, knocks it down consistently. And if I could only say one thing about this ability in Mikey, be that the impact of players like Curry and Lillard and other three-point snipers is huge. It's not going anywhere soon. But now when it comes to driving towards the basket and reading the defense, the way they execute going towards the paint is just so similar. They both share a height ranging from 6'1" to 6'3", both very explosive. And although many of his dunks are in transition, when Mikey is driving, he rarely allows the presence of a defender to stop him. He usually just blows by them, whether it be off the strength or by using a series of hesitations for a dunk or an off-balance layup, shielding the ball away from the defender and just absorbing all the contact. These are all things Lillard also does all too well, as he even has contact dunks on some of the NBA's bulkiest defenders due to his fearlessness and explosiveness alone. And further evidence of this being a valid comparison is clear when watching the two players attack the paint and score when surrounded by inside defenders. I say this because Mikey intends to use a running floater just as Lillard does sometimes to avoid getting blocked and to catch the defender off guard. Just driving to the rim and throwing up a floater and does not get blocked. Damian Lillard does the exact same thing sometimes in the NBA games. And just y'all soak this in for a moment. Like, these scoring abilities are super impressive from Mikey because he's only 15. I mean, it's just clear that his talent and gym work are what allow him to dominate his age group without being super tall but having the strength. But on to the next. As far as passing goes, Mikey is definitely capable of making clever passes to his teammates, but he doesn't seem to be actively looking to open these opportunities up for his teammates and would rather be clawed by the defense before passing it out, which is something Lillard does not do, as he averages a decent amount of assists. He actually goes in wanting to get double teamed basically just so he can kick it out. However, y'all, this is one of the only significant differences I see in their games, and Mikey will definitely only improve on this as he progresses through high school. And honestly, prioritizing your shot over others is pretty normal, especially for someone that can score as easily as Mikey. Anyway though, finally for the defense, neither Mikey or Lillard are insane lockdown defenders by any means. Mikey averages 1.6 steals and 0.3 blocks this past season, but both Mikey and Lillard are still present on that end, as they may get the common pass the lane steal, and they use their explosive athleticism to block shots when the opportunity presents itself. Plus, When it comes to Mikey alone, I honestly expect him to be a much better defender in a few years, as his build and size alone are already impressive for just a sophomore in high school. I'm not trying to gas by any means, but just a sophomore, age of 15 in high school. But overall, I could definitely see Mikey developing further into a Damian Lillard type player. He already plays so similarly to him, basically shares his height. But on the other end, I could see Mikey growing to be even taller, changing his play style, and causing this analysis to look stupid in a couple years.
You stupid.
But hey, y'all, that's the beauty of basketball, man. As for now, bro, I'm pretty confident in this analysis. But before I get up out of here, y'all comment below, which NBA player do you think Mikey most shares a play style with? And do you think he should be ranked number 1? Because he just ranked number 3 right now for the class of 2023. People above him are DJ Wagner and Jalen Lewis. Anyway, that's it for this video. I appreciate y'all watching. Like this up, sub if you're new. I'm on this grind. Yes, sir, and I'm out.